It was 2020 when something
Post
unexpected
that would
stirred up a
appeared on
wave
Reddit.
of nostalgia across the platform. Rick Astley, yes, the Rick Astley, had shared a photograph from his 1989 tour. It wasn't just any photo, it was a candid backstage shot showing him in a moment of quiet before the chaos of performing, a glimpse into a world fans rarely see. I remember scrolling through Reddit that day thinking, why would anyone care about an old backstage photo? And then I saw the post. There he was, young, smiling slightly, holding a guitar case, surrounded by the organized chaos of the tour. The lights, cables, the hurried crew, all of it captured in a single frame. What struck me wasn't just the nostalgia of seeing a familiar face from the past, it was the humanity in the photograph. Rick Astley looked tired, yes, but also content. There was a calm before the storm in his eyes, a quiet moment before the roar of the crowd. For a generation of fans, many of whom had grown up with his music, it was like stepping into a time machine. The comments section erupted. Thousands of people shared their memories, dancing in their bedrooms to Never Gonna Give You Up, listening to cassette tapes on repeat, singing along with friends. Some even reminisced about seeing him live in concert, how the music had shaped their youth, how it had been a soundtrack to their lives. One user wrote about their father, who had passed away years ago, and how Rick Astley's songs reminded them of their childhood. Another spoke of how a simple song had helped them through tough times, the music carrying them when words failed. The photograph wasn't just a picture, it was a portal to memories, a shared connection across decades. As the day went on, the post continued to gain traction. Redditors who had never interacted before bonded over shared experiences, debating favorite songs, favorite music videos, and even fashion choices of the late 80s. The thread became more than just nostalgia. It became a celebration of how music connects people, how a single artist's work can ripple across time and space, touching lives in ways no one ever anticipates. For me, reading through the thread, it became more than just entertainment. It was a reminder of how fleeting yet powerful moments in life are, how one photograph can carry a lifetime of emotion, memory, and connection. I imagine Rick backstage that night in 1989, probably unaware of how his music would continue to impact lives 30 years later, and yet here we were, decades later, experiencing that connection in a single scroll. The post didn't just stop at upvotes and comments, it sparked discussions about other artists, other nostalgic moments, and how social media allows us to revisit and relive memories that we had long forgotten. Every upvote felt like a nod, a shared understanding that sometimes the simplest moments hold the deepest meaning. And even now, when I think back to that day, I realize it's not just about Rick Astley or a photograph. It's about the people, the memories, and the invisible threads that tie us to our past. That single Reddit post reminded thousands, maybe millions, that sometimes a quiet backstage moment can echo louder than the roar of the crowd. It's incredible to think that in a world moving so fast, a simple image shared online could create this ripple, that a smile, a pose, a fleeting glance from decades ago could make strangers feel connected, feel seen, feel part of something bigger than themselves. So every time I scroll through Reddit, I remember that post, not just for Rick Astley, but for the magic of memory, nostalgia, and human connection. It's a reminder that some moments, even the smallest ones, stay with us forever, quietly shaping who we are. If you have these questions in your mind, leave a comment. Is this really Rick Astley? What was it like performing in 1989? Do you still perform live? Can you share more behind-the-scenes stories? How do you feel about the Never Gonna Give You Up meme?